What is a cool Star Wars beach towel, a fancy Star Wars digital watch, a Star Wars flying disc, and a bottle of Pine Sol have in common? Sit back, and that junk man will tell you how a common 80s household cleaning product teamed up with Star Wars and made millions of kids happy.
Back in 1977, after the release of the film, everyone wanted to promote Star Wars. Everybody wanted to sell something Star Wars related, slap Star Wars on it to pick up sales, because everybody was buying anything Star Wars. And if you get something free that was a collector's item, that just boosts sales even more. So in 1977, the cleanup company Pine Sol released an offer for Star Wars Frisbees. Now they call them Star Wars Flyers. I don't know, maybe the term Frisbee was copyrighted or something, but they're Frisbees, and there were 6 different ones with a retail value of $2.99. That's $3 if you round up to the penny. It just seemed like an odd combination. Pine Sol, this cleaning solution, I don't know, I think you put it in a bucket or something to mop the floor with it. I'm not really sure what you did with Pine Sol. I never used it, but I've always seen it at the store. So this was a great combination. Your mom was going to the store, she was buying stuff to clean the house for sure, and you got a Star Wars Frisbee, Star Wars Flyer, and they actually made you interested in whatever your mom was cleaning. You're like, Mom, are you out of Pine Sol yet? Go buy another bottle, because you wanted to buy at least 6 bottles so you could get each one. And probably more than that, because it was probably sent out randomly, so you probably didn't know what you were going to get, so you probably had to buy cases of Pine Sol, hoping you get all 6. And actually, there was probably more than 6 of them if you get technical with it. There was 2 different versions of the X-Wing. Although it looked the same, one had text that said it was an X-Wing, and the other one didn't have the text. And oddly or not, there's 2 different ones for 3PO and R2. There's the standard one you got free with Pine Sol, but then a mysterious one showed up at Burns Department Store. What is Burns Department Store? Well, from what I understand, this was a department store that was only located in Florida, with their main office being in Miami. Somehow, at least those 2, the 3PO and the R2, could be found with the store logo on it, which makes me believe, I guess Pine Sol has some of these left over and they worked out a deal with this company to sell them at their department store. But how could you get this free Star Wars Frisbee? How could you get this free Star Wars Flyer? Well, there was 2 ways you could get it. You could buy a bottle of Pine Sol that has the Star Wars label on it, cut it off, send it in with 50 cents by June 30th, 1979, and receive your free Star Wars Flyer. But the best way to get these flyers was buying all 6 of them. That's right, for $6. That's $1 a piece, and these things were $3 value. You could buy all 6 of them for $5.99. Again, $6 round off to the nearest penny. And one good thing about these Star Wars one good thing about these Star Wars Flyers, their official size and weight. We're talking 102 grams. You could cut off the offer seen here and to save 10 cents on a bottle of Pine Sol and buy all 6 of them. Or you could use that money to buy a Star Wars digital watch. Yeah, digital. Or the official Star Wars beach towel. Well, it's also a bath towel. You don't have to take it to the beach. You can also rub it over your naked body just getting out of the bath. And that was only $5 with a $7 retail value. And it was large, 32 by 60. And was made of such materials as cotton and terry. As for the digital watch, it came in a beautiful gift package. So if you didn't want it for yourself, you could give it to a friend. And it had 5 LED features, including alternative decals of Star Wars scenes, and the battery was included. Now this was only $12 with a retail value of $22. What a steal right there. As you can see, there was 2 different ways to get the Star Wars Frisbee. 2 different ways to get the Star Wars Flyer. Either buy them all outright for $6 or buy 2 bottles of Pine Sol. I don't know how much the retail value of Pine Sol was in 1977, 78, 79. I should have looked that up, sorry. But you could cut out those 2 labels, send them in plus 50 cents for shipping, and get it that way. And then wait by your mailbox for about 6 months, and you would get it in a brown envelope. And that's right, with the Frisbee shoved inside. What doesn't look like from the envelope, they care too much about packing this thing so it didn't get damaged. But then again, it was just a Frisbee. It was just a Flyer, so I can't imagine it getting too damaged in shipping anyway. So which ones did they release? Well, let's take a look. There was a 3PO, again, as I mentioned earlier, with or without that crazy store logo. There was a Chewbacca, and probably my favorite out of this set, the Darth Vader. I just like the look of the Darth Vader. And then there was R2-D2, again, with or without the store logo. And then there was a Stormtrooper. And following out your set was the X-Wing, and as I mentioned earlier, had the text that said it was an X-Wing or it didn't. So how much are these collector flyers worth today? Well, actually, being vintage, early Star Wars release, 77 through 79, they're really not that hard to find. You can pick them up on eBay, sometimes a full set or one by one, for around $10 to $15 each. Unless it's the one that has that department store logo, I can't really think of the last time I saw one of those for sale. And being that those were limited to just the Florida market, I can imagine they're harder to find. And it's odd to me that they did 6 of these Frisbees. It's odd to me that they did 6 of these flyers and didn't put Han, Luke, or Leia on any of them. But this is the time you could help your mom clean the house and get free Star Wars product. If you call it free, I mean, you had to pay 50-cent shipping. Don't you hate that when they say something's free, but then you got to pay shipping and handling and buy a bunch of products, so it's not really free after all? But they say nothing in life is free. And I guess when it comes to the Star Wars Frisbee, I guess when it comes to the Star Wars flyer, nothing in life is free. But did you even know you could buy a pine saw and get Star Wars goodies? I mean, there's been a lot of crazy gimmicks for Star Wars. I mean, you had action figures that came with tubes of toothpaste, and you even had rags to blow your nose in with the Empire Strikes Back Puff Box. I can remember buying that one at the Piggly Weekly. Did you know about this? Did you get excited as a kid walking into the Winn-Dixie and seeing that bottle of Pine Sol and saying, Mom, buy Pine Sol, clean the house, clean it, clean that damn house before Dad gets home so I can get a free Star Wars frisbee, so I can get a free Star Wars flyer.
Hey, Junkman channel popping though.
Thank you, sir, for that unsolicited testimony.